Well, guys, once again, man of the hour, Cleetus McFarland here in Talladega for the ARCA Series. Great to see you. I know you've been camping. Your parents are here. What's your Talladega experience been like so far?
Yeah, just hopped off Dega Boulevard, rode up here with Squirrel. We're going to jump in this thing, turn left.
Cleetus McFarland scored an impressive top 10 finish in the ARCA Menards Series race. This was no ordinary race story, with engine problems, close calls, and some classic Cleetus humor along the way. Garrett Mitchell, better known to his millions of followers as Cleetus McFarland, rolled into Talladega Superspeedway for just his second ARCA start. His debut at Daytona earlier this year didn't go as planned. Multiple wrecks and a 30th place DNF left him hungry for redemption. Nearly 70,000 people tuned in to watch his in-car camera during the race, a massive audience for an RCA event that typically doesn't get much attention. And did they get a show? While Lawless Alan celebrated in victory lane with his first career ARCA win, McFarland's journey to a top 10 finish might have been the bigger story of the day. The weekend started with a bit of drama when McFarland forgot his HANS device and was late rolling off pit lane. Not exactly the start you want at one of NASCAR's most intimidating tracks, but once the green flag dropped, he quickly showed he belonged, charging from his 24th starting position into the top 10 in just a few laps. Just when things were looking up, disaster struck. Around 5 laps into the race, McFarland's Ford began to fade dramatically. His car went from competitive to struggling, and he reported a potential engine issue over the radio. As he fell back to 20th position, he lost the crucial draft that's so important at super speedways.
Brother, I thought we were done. Ilmore, the engine guys just came over here, pulled the valve cover off. Number 6 valve spring is broken in half. I don't remember if it's intake or exhaust, like broken in half. And about 5 laps in, she just turned into a dog, you know, and the Connect number 30 always hauls tail. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Got my foot stabbed in her.
The problem was identified as a broken valve spring, a serious mechanical failure that could have ended his day completely. Instead of giving up, McFarland had to adjust his strategy and find a way to stay competitive with a severely underpowered engine.
I'm telling you, they're getting on the radio like, keep your momentum. I'm like, brother, this sucker's wide open. You know what I'm saying? So we fell out of the draft, and dude, it felt like I was riding a horse out there. You know what I mean? Everyone's blowing by me.
Despite the mechanical issues, McFarland refused to give up. He kept his wounded Ford on the track and slowly began working his way forward again. A timely caution helped bunch up the field, allowing him to stay on the lead lap.
And thankfully, a caution came out. We stayed on the lead lap. They come on the radio. Kevin Hamlin, shout out to my boy. He's saying, brother, you cannot get out of the draft. And they started telling me stuff. I mean, I used knowledge from the Biffmeister. He taught me everything I know. I got out there, just read the air with the dog we had, and stayed up in there.
The presence of NASCAR veteran Greg Biffle in McFarland's pit area proved valuable. Biffle, who has extensive experience at superspeedways, offered guidance that helped the YouTube star navigate the challenging conditions with his compromised engine. The drama wasn't over yet. In the closing laps, 2 cars crashed directly in front of McFarland on the backstretch. While taking evasive action, one of the damaged cars clipped the right rear fender of his Ford. Somehow, he managed to keep the car straight and continue on, pumping his fists in celebration under the caution flag. In true Cleetus fashion, he later jokingly credited his trademark cut-off sleeves for his quick reflexes.
Tucked one of my wings and just dodged right out of there. Said, hell no, brother, you ain't taking me out.
The race ultimately came down to a 1-lap overtime dash. McFarland restarted in 14th position, but chaos erupted immediately. A slower car triggered a multi-car pileup before the field even reached turn 1. McFarland skillfully avoided the mayhem and moved up to 10th place just as officials waved the caution flag, ending the race and securing his top 10 finish. ARCA recognized his impressive save earlier in the race by awarding him the Reese's Sweet Move of the race for avoiding disaster by dodging the spinning cars. His in-car camera caught him pumping his fist after making the save, a moment that quickly went viral among racing fans. Garrett Mitchell's journey to becoming Cleetus McFarland is almost as interesting as his on-track adventures. Like many young professionals, Mitchell faced a major career decision: continue with law school or take a chance on YouTube. He chose the latter, creating the Cleetus McFarland character about 10 years ago, a dedicated, patriotic figure known for his mullet haircut and torn-off sleeves. That decision has paid off tremendously. With 4.28 million YouTube subscribers, McFarland has built an empire that includes some impressive real estate. In 2020, he purchased DeSoto Speedway near Bradenton, Florida for $2.2 million, renaming it the Freedom Factory. This third-mile paved oval serves as the backdrop for many of his popular YouTube videos. He also acquired a major share in Bradenton Motorsports Park, a quarter-mile drag strip adjacent to his oval track. Last year, McFarland expanded his holdings by purchasing a grass strip airport close to the Freedom Factory for approximately $3.5 million, renaming it Bald Eagle Airfield. McFarland has built connections throughout the racing world. Greg Biffle isn't his only NASCAR connection. The two bonded last year when they used their helicopters to deliver aid to North Carolina residents affected by Hurricane Helene. McFarland also counts Dale Earnhardt Jr. among his friends, who drove a modified NASCAR truck that McFarland had rebuilt as a 1,600 horsepower, four-wheel drive drag racer painted to resemble Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s iconic number 3 car. McFarland's participation in ARCA has brought welcome attention to the series. Founded in 1953 and purchased by NASCAR in 2018, ARCA provides a more affordable racing platform while still competing at many of the same tracks as the top NASCAR series. ARCA cars look similar to NASCAR vehicles, mainly based on Generation 5 NASCAR racers, while current Cup cars are Gen 7. Most ARCA vehicles are powered by a 396 cubic inch V8 engine built by Ilmor. These engines cost teams about $35,000 each and are capable of producing 700 horsepower, though they're typically detuned for ARCA competition. McFarland's participation has brought valuable exposure to ARCA, with his Talladega race even being featured in mainstream publications like Newsweek, a level of attention the series rarely receives. When asked about future ARCA races, McFarland mentioned the possibility of returning for the fall race at Talladega or potentially competing at Bristol Motor Speedway on September 11th. While renting these cars isn't cheap, his successful business ventures suggest he can afford it.